Hello and welcome to this week's Yin. Just take your time wherever you are, whatever has been going on. And we're going to start making that transition from the bubble of our lives, however exciting or stressful, transitioning to this moment, right here, right now. And just taking your time, finding yourself in a comfortable place, either sitting or lying down. And make sure that whatever happens, you're going to stay comfortable with your body. If it's cold where you are, make sure you have some extra layers, jackets, blankets, and you can bring along any cushions or any props that you might find useful for this practice today. And when everything is done and you've ticked all the boxes, just close your eyes and start becoming present and aware of the moment. And we're just starting by noticing our points of contact to the ground. Just take your time scanning through the body and finding those points of contact. If you're lying down, finding the back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the rib cage, the back of the pelvis, areas along the back of the legs. And if you're sitting, just finding the sitting bones and areas along the sides of your legs. And in whichever case, just imagine those points like channels, allowing your weight to be transferred all the way to the ground. And you're just gently scanning down through the body, noticing if there's any tension, if there's any holding, if there's anything that you could release, anything you could soften a bit more. Just always knowing that 50% of this practice is trusting that surface underneath and allowing the weight to release through those points of contact. And you can start gradually shifting the attention to the breath. Finding that expansion as you're breathing in. Finding the release as you're breathing out. Breathing in, expanding, opening. Breathing out, releasing, letting go. Just try a couple more of them. Breathing in, opening, expanding. Breathing out, releasing, letting go. And also tuning in with that movement of the breath. Just noticing where you can feel the breath moving within the body. Which parts of your body become affected by the movement of your breath. And in a way, you're allowing your whole body to stay present in that breathing action. And just gently following that movement of the breath, you can start waking up the body. So whether you're sitting or lying down, we're going to start moving fingers, toes, hands, feet, stretching arms and stretching legs, reaching, opening, expanding, twisting, turning. Nice. And gradually just rolling over to one side, especially if you're lying down. And in your own way, and slowly, just go ahead and bring it all the way up, coming up to sitting. Nice. Finding your sitting bones where you are, balancing the weight between the two. Think of your spine lengthening, chest opening, and releasing. Good. And just taking a deep breath. And on the exhale, letting your head drop, chin coming down towards your chest. And just holding it there and feel that lovely stretch along the back of the neck. Inhale, arms reaching all the way up, interlacing fingers, and go and place your hands on the back of the head, letting your elbows drop on either side. And just really let the elbows and the arms be heavy, so you can reinforce a bit that downward fold of the head. Breathing in. And on the exhale, we're releasing. Great. Hands coming onto your knees. Head rolls up to the top of the spine. Good. And inhale, warming up the spine, opening chest, shoulders, eyes looking up. And on the exhale, we're going to draw back. Let the head drop too. Inhale, opening, shoulders, chest, eyes. Exhale, back, draws back. Couple more of those. Breathing in, opening. Exhale, back goes back. Inhale, opening, expanding. Exhale, back goes back. And just go for a last one. Breathing in and open. And exhale, let it go back. Nice. And coming and finding center where you are. Good. Letting your head drop. And we're going to roll the head over to the right. So chin just hovers above your right collarbone. Staying where you are, just opening that left side of the neck. Left arm opening to the side. And just let it extend. Getting a nice stretch along the way. The right hand coming down on the ground on your side. Inhale, left arm reaching up, lengthening. And on the exhale, just go ahead and bend over to the right. Left sitting bone staying down, left arm reaching out and away. Making sure both sitting bones stay down. Holding there for 3. And 2. And 1, breathing in. And on the exhale, we're going to place both hands over to that right side, getting into a nice twist to the right. And you can let the eyes turn to look over that right shoulder. Nice breathing in. And as we exhale, softly start walking all the way over to the center. And you can start walking your hands towards the top of the mat. And you can pause wherever it feels like pausing for you. When you get all the benefits of that stretch, you can feel it around the hip joints, on the sides of your legs and your thighs. And the more you bend the elbows and start releasing the head forwards, you'll start feeling the stretch along your back too. So we want that. Go there. And here it's quite important to keep some support for the head. So you can either use your hands, or you can bring your fists one on top of the other, letting the head drop, forearms one on top of the other, or any other prop that you might find handy. A couple of books or a stool, whatever works. Just make sure that eventually your head stays supported and you're allowing the whole weight to release forwards. And you're breathing. Inhale. And as we exhale, slowly start rolling up, vertebra by vertebra, all the way back to sitting. Good. Hands on your knees. Inhale, opening chest, shoulders, eyes. Exhale, letting your whole back draw back. Inhale, opening, expanding. Exhale, back goes back. And a last one, inhale, open. And exhale, back goes back. Great. Coming back to center. And this time, go ahead and swap your legs around. So whichever was in front or on top, bring the other one. This might feel a bit uncomfortable, but you'll get used to it. So letting your head drop, rolling the head over to the other side, over to the left. Give it some space, all the way from the back of your right ear to the edge of your right shoulder. Nice, and you can gently open the right arm to the side, giving a little extra stretch. Lovely. Now left hand coming down on your side. Inhale, right arm rising up, lengthening where you are. And as you exhale, just bending all the way over to the side, sending your right sitting bone down, extending the right arm out and away. And you're breathing. Allowing the shoulders to stay soft. 3. And 2. And 1, breathing in. And on the exhale, we're bringing both hands over to the left side. Finding that spiral, eyes looking over the left shoulder. Breathing softly. Inhale. And as you exhale softly, just walking all the way to the center. Hands coming right in front of you, and from there, walking your hands towards the top of the mat as far as it goes. You can bend the elbows. You can let the head release. Again, make sure you're supported and hold for a few deep breaths here. Feeling the movement of the breath and allowing the breath to help you with your stretch. The deeper the breath, the deeper the stretch. Breathing in. And on the exhale, just softly start rolling up vertebra by vertebra all the way back to sitting. Nice. And from there, just go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together, letting your knees open to the sides. And just make sure that you don't keep them too close. You leave space. So it's a nice wide diamond shape here. Good. Taking a deep breath. And as you exhale again, forward fold, you can place your supporting props onto your legs or feet and let the head release forwards here. Taking a deep breath. On the exhale, just softly rolling up, vertebra by vertebra, all the way up to sitting. Nice. And from here, just go ahead and taking your right hand onto the floor, shift the weight over to the right, and we're going to swing the left leg back. So it doesn't have to be extended, just let it loose right behind you. The important thing is to keep your right shin parallel to the top of the mat. So once you've done that, make sure that the pelvis is sort of square. Of course, mainly the weight would be on the right side, but hey, we're trying to keep that sense of center as the eyes are looking out and the whole body is rotated towards the front. And from there, just keeping your hands on either side and go ahead and take a nice deep breath, opening the chest, eyes looking up. And just hold it. Making sure that you're not sending the head all the way back, just keeping some space on the back of the neck. Holding there for 3 and 2 and 1. Breathing in. And as we exhale, start bringing your hands forwards in front of your leg. Start walking your hands towards the top of the mat and let it walk as far as it goes. You can bend the elbows here. You can come to the forearms. You can bring your props and let the head release, making sure that the head stays supported. And just stay there. Taking a few deep breaths. Making sure that you're allowing your whole body to stay supported. You're not holding back anything. You're just releasing through your points of contact. Breathing in. And on the exhale, softly start walking your hands all the way back. Bring the torso again vertical to the ground. And we're going for a twist. So left hand on the outside of your right leg, right thigh. Left hand behind you. And just think of the whole spine here lengthening, lengthening, and then letting your eyes turn to look over that right shoulder. I think I mixed it a bit, so that was left hand on the outside of your right thigh, right hand behind you. So eyes looking all the way back. Nice deep breaths. Allowing the rib cage to open. Three. And two. And one. Breathing in. On the exhale, just release it, coming all the way back to the center. Right hand coming down to the ground, a bit further behind you. And we're going to shift the weight back, extending the right leg to the front and bringing your left heel close to your bum. So ideally, you want to create a 90-degree angle between your left thigh and your right leg. So if that's really uncomfortable and it doesn't feel right, you can always go to the traditional half-seated forward fold with your left knee open to the side and your foot on your upper inner right thigh. So just finding your center here, finding your balance between the sitting bones. Make sure you give a good flex to that right foot and inhale, arms rising up. Exhale, shoulders release, neck is free, lengthening. And on the exhale, from the hip joints, we're just going to tilt a bit forwards, not all the way down, just here, a few degrees. And I'm sure it's working already. And I just want you to think of all that space from the fingertips all the way down to the tip of the tail and how all that extends and opens and lengthens and widens. 3 and 2 and 1. Breathing in, lovely. And now on the exhale, just letting everything release. Arms releasing, coming down. Head drops heavy. And again, you can keep your hands and place your hands so you can support the head, or find a way to make sure that the head is supported. And just stay there. 5 deep breaths here. Breathing in. And on the exhale, softly, we're going to start rolling up. Great. And we're going to bend that right knee again, shin parallel to the top of the mat. Taking your hands to the side, lean a bit forwards so you can extend your left leg back. Nice. And once you extend it back, just go ahead and balance onto your hands, lift the pelvis a bit so you can rearrange your position here, making sure that the pelvis is square facing down. Now, if this is a bit intense, the 90-degree between your shin and your thigh, you can always decrease the angle. So you can bring your right heel a bit closer to the body, and that will help you find a better balance for the pelvis and disintensify the stretch along your hamstrings and your adductors. So, finding a place here that feels good. Make sure the back leg stays extended. Hands on either side helping you balance. The whole body rotating to face the front. And from there, take a nice deep breath, opening the chest, opening the shoulders, letting the eyes look up. Again, without exaggerating the backdrop of the head, always keeping that space on the back of the neck nice and secure. Holding there for 3 and 2 and 1. Breathing in, and as you exhale softly, start coming down, walking your hands in front of the leg. Start walking your hands towards the top of the mat, and you can walk them as far out as it feels comfortable, bending the elbows as much as you'd like, and letting the head drop. As always, providing the necessary support for the head. And just taking your time, breathing softly here. Deep breath in. As we exhale softly, go ahead and walk yourself back. And optional here, you can go ahead and bend that left knee on the back, extend your left arm back, and grab the left ankle, the left foot. If you have a strap, you can go ahead and tie the foot around and hold it, and just stay there for now. Opening the chest, eyes looking out. Good. If you'd like to place both hands behind you, you can go ahead and do so. If not, that's okay. The stretch is already taking place. Holding there for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale. On the exhale, letting everything release softly. Hands coming onto the floor, tucking the toes of that left foot, lifting your body off the ground. Release the right leg, and we're going to swing all the way back to a gentle downward dog. I know that left leg is not so stretched yet, but let that right leg reach all the way up and all the way out. So 3-legged dog, hands pushing you backwards, shoulders rolling, left heel traveling down towards the ground, right leg reaching all the way back and up. Holding 3 and 2 and 1. Breathing in, and as you exhale, just gently taking that right knee in, placing both shins onto the floor, having to sit back onto your heels. Nice. And from there, just bring it all the way up onto the knees. If you'd like to add some extra cushioning, you can fold the mat, or you can place extra cushions or cushioning under your knees, and just taking your hands on your back. And we're going to go for 10 or 5 small camels. And on the last one, we're going to stay. So inhale, tucking the chin in, Opening the chest. Exhale, coming back to center. Keep it small, keep it light, keep it tight. Inhale, opening. Exhale, center. Inhale, back. Exhale, 3. Inhale, back. Exhale, 4. And a last one. Exhale, 5. Nice. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna stay for a bit. Now, you have a few options here. You can either stay here with your hands behind your back. Option 2, you can tuck your toes under and you can extend your hands to reach your ankles. And option 3, you can stay there and also untuck the toes and go to the full camel here. So whichever the case, make sure that you're not dropping your head all the way back. You don't want that strain in your vocal cords. So always making sure that wherever you are, you can speak freely. You can try humming a bit and see if your voice is restrained in any way. Holding there for 3. And 2. And 1. Great. Tucking your chin in, engaging core, lifting the body up, and bring it all the way back to your child's pose, hands close to your feet. Let your head release forwards. Shoulders rolling out. Breathing in. And on the exhale, we're going to start rolling up again. Vertebra by vertebra. Going back, sitting on the heels. And this time, we're going to shift the weight over to the left. Swing the right leg to the back. And bring the left shin parallel to the top of the mat. Starting from there, the whole body balancing. Yes, mainly the weight is on your left, but just try to compensate with the twist of the torso. So you're facing right in the front. There's quite a lot of weight coming onto your right knee, so that's your balancing point on the right side. So left sitting bone, right knee, and letting the body face forwards. So holding there. And maybe just gently opening the chest. Hands on either side to keep you in balance. So you might find that you're gently pushing from one side or the other. Probably right now the left side is gently pushing the left hand. Holding 3. And 2. And 1. Breathing in. On the exhale, just softly walking forwards, hands leading the way. And you can pause wherever it feels that the job is being done. Do not exceed your limits. Do not force or push yourself in any way. You can bend the elbows here. Eventually you can let the whole upper body release. Head heavy. Breathing in. And the exhale softly. We can start coming back. Great. And once you're up, we're going to go for the twist. So right hand on the outside of your left thigh, left hand going all the way towards the back, allowing the torso to rotate over to the left, eyes turning to look over your left shoulder. Stay here, 5 breaths. Breathing in. And on the exhale, we're releasing, coming all the way back to the center. Good. Now left hand coming onto the left and a bit further to the back. And we're shifting the way back, extending the left leg, leaning forwards again so we can bring that right heel close to the body, creating that 90-degree angle between your right thigh and your left leg. Now, ideally, again, your weight is balanced between your left sitting bone and your right knee. Those are the 2 points. Keep a good flex on your left foot. Inhale, lengthening where you are. And on the exhale, just tilting forwards just a bit. Just a bit would do. Again, if that's too much, you can always bring that right foot on the upper inner left thigh to the traditional half-seated forward fold. Great, and from there, inhale, arms lengthening, reaching up. Exhale, shoulders release, neck is free. Good, think of lengthening through the back without opening the chest. And on the exhale, tilting forwards as much as it goes, making sure that you can feel the stretch happening along that left leg. And you're engaging your back, you're engaging your arms. Holding there for 3. And 2. And 1, breathing in. On the exhale, we're letting everything release. Arms come and find the floor. Head releases forwards. Make sure you find those supports for your head. And stay. Allow the back to round. And allow the breath to move the body to help with the stretch. Breathing in. And on the exhale, softly, we start rolling up, vertebra by vertebra, all the way back to sitting. Nice. Now again, left hand coming onto your side, shifting the weight a bit over to the left. We're gonna bend that left knee, shin parallel to the top of the mat, and extend the right leg. Now as the leg extends, we also sort of drop that right side of the pelvis facing down, and taking your hands onto the floor, lift a bit the body and the pelvis and adjust so that the pelvis and the torso face forwards. Again, here you can adjust the angle, so it can either be a 90-degree angle between your shin and your thigh, or you can decrease the angle. The more you decrease, the more you decrease the stretch. So find where it feels good and sustainable for you. You don't want to overdo it. You want to place it somewhere where you can actually hold it for a while. And that's where we're going to hold it for a while. The hands on either side, starting with the opening. Chest open gently. Shoulders open gently. Eyes looking up. Taking care of the back of the neck. Nice. And just lengthening through the spine. It's a continuous opening here. Breathing in. And softly we're going to start taking it down. Walking your hands towards the top of the mat. Allowing the body to release forwards. Letting your head drop. And we're going to stay. Breathing in. And on the exhale again, we're going to start coming up. Good. Hands on either side. Finding that balance, opening the chest, looking up. And here, optional, you can bend that right knee, extend the right hand behind you, and grab the ankle or the foot or the toes, anywhere. Additionally, you can reach with your left hand and grab the foot with both. You can use your strap here and just finding the balance, finding the length, finding space. For 3 and 2 and 1. Breathing in. On the exhale, softly releasing. Hands coming onto the floor on either side, lifting the body off the ground. Good. And from there, we can shift all the way back to a 3-legged dog. Right foot staying down, left leg extending, back and up as far as it goes. Just let it open. It's a counter exercise. So we're not aiming for something here. We're just wanting to stretch out that left leg, that left hip. 3 and 2 and 1. Breathing in. And as we exhale, left leg coming all the way in, left shin coming down to the ground, bringing both shins down, coming all the way back to sitting onto your heels. Nice. And from there, We're going to take the hands behind the back. Great. And so finding that balance and support so that you can really manipulate your weight using your hands. Make sure that you've got that going on. And it's going to be a stretch for the tops of your feet, so the metatarsals. So from there, just go ahead and start lifting your knees off the ground. Make sure that you have your weight and you can manage it with your hands. So if anything happens, you can always come all the way back. So gently there, just lifting the knees until you can find that nice fine stretch all the way down to the metatarsals, to the top of your feet. And just hold it there. 3. And 2. And 1. Nice, breathing in. On the exhale, softly traveling all the way back to the center. Very nice. Great. And now what we're going to do is, if there's an issue with your knees for this one, you can slightly open the knees to the sides, not along the width of your mat, but you'll see how it goes. So what we're going to do is, again, taking your hands behind your back, and this time the knees are going to stay down, but we're going to start bending the elbows. So the elbows coming down, and try to send your knees down. So this is a great stretch for your quads and for the whole front part of the body. Nice. And eventually you actually want to start releasing further and further down towards the ground, letting the arms release and extend completely. Remember, your knees keep pointing down. So you want to stretch those thighs, and you can think of engaging the glutes so you can reinforce a bit that stretch. Lovely. And we're going to start taking it up. So first, just placing again your elbows down onto the floor and tucking your chin in. Start lifting the body as you're walking your hands slowly and coming all the way back onto your heels. Nice. From there, coming all the way over to the table. Good. Shoulders on top of your wrists, hips on top of your knees. And inhale, letting your pelvis drop, eyes looking out. Exhale, tucking the tail in, sending your back back. Inhale, opening, looking out. Exhale, back goes back. Inhale, opening, looking out. Exhale, back goes back. Great. Finding center, tucking your toes under, and gently coming all the way back to a downward dog. Let it be soft. You can let your knees be slightly bent. Just staying there for 5 breaths. Looking forwards, and start walking towards your hands. Forward fold. Head is heavy.
Gently bending your knees where you are and start rolling up, vertebra by vertebra, coming all the way up. Your head is going to come up last at the very, very end.
Nice. Finding your feet onto the floor, lengthening, opening, and inhale, arms rising up, half salutation. Exhale, release, forward fold.
Inhale, back opens, half lift.
Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, rising up.
Arms reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to chest. Nice. Well done. Bring it all the way down to the ground. Finding a comfortable position the next few minutes for your relaxation. And staying there, either seating or lying down. Allowing the weight to release. Making sure you're well covered and warm and cozy. Taking your time to adjust the body, making sure it feels comfortable. And just start scanning down, all the way from the head, traveling down towards the toes. And just noticing if there's any tension, if there's any holding, if there's anything that you could undo, anything that you could release. From there, just shifting the attention to the breath. Finding the opening as you're breathing in. Find the release as you're breathing out. And try to stay with that flow, observing your body as you're breathing. one time, gently, you can start bringing the body back any way you find fit. You can always just stay there and prolong that state of relaxation. And whenever you decide, just start waking up the body and eventually rolling all the way over to one side and eventually up to sitting. Finding your sitting bones where you are, finding your back lengthening, widening, shoulders releasing, head balancing right on the top of your spine. And just taking a nice deep breath where you are, arms reaching up, opening, connecting. And exhale, finding center, hands to chest. Finding your balance, finding that space within, finding center. And inhale, opening eyes, minds, hearts. Thank you very, very much for joining today. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.